All right, Captain Ron here. Today, let's talk about if the interest rates start going down. They've already paused the interest rates. They've done it twice already. The word on the street and everybody else thinking it's going to start landing and start coming down, which you can start to see it in the market already. I'm starting to see business pick up. I'm starting to see more activity. I'm starting to see people stockpile and get their listings ready. I'm already starting to see buyers start to come on the market and realize that all this last 6 months, investors have been buying cash and buying because they think it's at the bottom. And I've been selling a lot of that as well. And so it's huge how much the investor side, development side, everybody else is thinking this is the bottom or was the bottom, and it's starting to take off, which is good. That's great for real estate. If you're a buyer, it may not be the best because remember, we've been preaching forever. You can buy now, refinance in a year or two. Now, if interest rates come down, prices skyrocket. Buyers come back because they've all been waiting for the interest rates to come down for the payments. Problem is they're paying $50,000 more, $100,000 more now, if that does happen, for homes, and the prices don't compute. It doesn't equal the same. Yeah, you're paying $50,000 more, but you have a lower payment interest rate. You're still paying $50,000 more or $100,000 more. So you'd rather buy now, pay a higher payment if you can do it, and save $50,000 or $100,000. Now, I have people saying, oh, that's not going to happen. It won't go up in price. Well, there's a lot of pent-up demand, a lot of buyers out there wanting to just buy, and they've all been either sidelined because of the interest rates, so their buying power went down. So instead of being able to afford a $550 home, they're down to $400. Well, there's nothing in there. There's no inventory in there. What's going to happen, though, is those $400,000 houses are going to go back up to $475, $550. The only difference is there's going to be a lot more inventory for them to pick. So that's going to be the difference. It'll still now be the same homes, just a lot higher price. So if I was buying right now, I would be looking for a deal right now that met my criteria 80%, 90%. And I get it. Trust me. I get it. I want everything done. Kitchen, baths, flooring. I don't want to do any projects. I've done so many projects in my life. Built a freaking house. Done remodels. Done investments. All that fun stuff. It's annoying, especially when you have a full-time job, full-time family, like everything in the mix, and then you're having to redo flooring yourself or repaint or trim or, to save money, or redo the bathroom or kitchen if you can, or if you can't, contractors are a fortune right now. I'm sorry, but it's just, and then will they show up on time? Will they be there? And it's almost like you could throw it in any different direction. I'm just, yeah. Not a fan. Don't get me wrong. Contractors are great. They can do the work. They can get stuff done. It's stressful. Let's put it that way. It is stressful. Pain. Make sure they get there, getting what you want, getting them. Make sure everybody's happy and get the work done. And it's just. So I understand that. So that's what I kind of mean by going back. Yes, if you can find a home that is 80% and you can do the work down the road, or if it's good and you don't have to do any work, may not be the best, but at least you're there. You've saved that $50,000, $100,000 down the road in 4 or 5 years. If you want to upgrade program is what I call it. You buy a home, let it sit for 4 or 5 years while you're using it and loving it, maybe doing small updates. 4 to 5 years, the way things have been going, even 2, 3%, 5% up every year in value, you can turn away and walk away with maybe $50,000 to $100,000 chunk of money that you've now acquired with equity of that property, plus what you've been paying off in the mortgage. Doesn't equate much, but it could be $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, depending on how much you're paying off for those years. Now you've made, let's say, $50,000 to $100,000. You can take that and now put that down on deposit for a nicer, bigger home and keep upgrading. There's plenty of clients that have done this with me, like verbatim, done this style, and they are now. Some of them built their dream home. Some of them are in their dream home with 5 acres. Or close to their dream home. It's always, everybody always, even myself, bigger and better, right? That's just the reality of it. But you can start, and I think that's the main goal, is at least start. So if you haven't started, start right now. If you've started and you're looking for that particular home, 2 things. If you're not going to buy this fall and try to get a deal, then it's not even fall, this winter. So if you're going to go through all the stress of with kids and family and school, and maybe you don't have that, so it's a little less stress, but it's still during the holidays. It's stressful to try to find a home right now, plus no inventory, plus trying to figure everything out, where you're going to go, what job and everything. I get it. So, but if you can do it right now and you find something that is on the market that you like, Great. That's awesome. Hey, Loki. Psst, psst, psst. My cat's even like, that is awesome. If you can. If you can't, then you have to wait. You're going to be in the mix. And I mean in the mix because if interest rates start landing, which they keep saying they are, and they go down because of unemployment and because of all the bonds and everything else in the stock market, you're going to have a lot of buyers come in, so you're going to have a lot of competition. This is where you're going to want to be ready. Now, ready. What do I mean by that? Simple. Pre-approval. Get that pre-approval. Yes, you can pre-approve and it lasts for a certain time, so I get that. So if you're not going to do it over this fall, have the lenders ready, at least lined up. So when you are ready to start looking, I would recommend if you're going to start in January. Get that pre-approval ready January 5th, 1st, 3rd, whatever days, Monday or Tuesday or whenever. Hit that lender up and be ready because January 15th usually spikes. A lot of inventory. People, Christmas, this and that, they're ready to make the move, and maybe even yourself. 2, you'll have spring coming up. So if you have the pre-approval, maybe you can extend. Interest rates go down, then maybe lock in, but I'm careful on the locking in on the interest rates, especially how it should keep going down. So get the pre-approval at least set up and ready. Now I like, if you can, get the 2-week pre-approval, which means you're well qualified that you can close in 2 weeks with that conventional loan. You've gone through all the paperwork. You've given that lender every single thing. It's like giving blood. My wife hates it. I do too. It's just after things. It's not the lender's fault. I get it. It's just they keep asking for paperwork after paperwork after paperwork. Get all that done. Well qualified, close in 2 weeks, done. Now you find the home, you do the appraisal, they do the underwritten documents, done. Love that program. Takes some work. So get that set up, get it ready. Ask the lender what kind of paperwork you need. Get it all organized. Get it out there. 2, they have the lenders, a lot of them now have the cash programs, the cash buy programs, where you can actually literally go put a cash offer, go get the home, and then you can go ahead and go through all the conventional lending program as a regular loan, but at least it helps you buy the home. Because remember, there's going to be a lot of competition, at least if the rates go down. If they go up, then it's a whole different ballgame. We're not even supposed to be talking that way because it's going to crash the market or really hurt it again. So this is only if the rates start landing and going down. If for some reason we flip it again, I have no clue what's going to happen. I mean, I do. It'd crash it pretty hardcore. So they're not going to do that. Or, well, I shouldn't say not. Hopefully they don't. So you're going to have a lot of competition. There's a lot of pent-up demand of buyers over here. That's just the reality of it. A lot of pent-up sellers too. Sellers want to sell too, and they want the highest price. And we all still have it in our head, and I say that nicely, even myself, we all still have it in the head of 2021 or end of 2020, 2021, where it was just gangbusters, high prices. Now in 2023, it went from here down to here, and you're like, crap, I just lost 50, 100,000. Yeah, that's reality. Will it go back up that fast if the interest rates go down? Ooh, tough question. I like how I'm answering my own questions right now. I think it's going to go up. Do I think it'll go up that crazy? Maybe. Absolutely in micro areas. So it could go up 50,000. 100,000? Maybe, maybe not. Depends on the house and location in the areas. Because they're having small bidding wars here and there right now. But I think if the interest rates go down and the buyers come out in waves and everything else goes on, I think you could be hitting 50,000 plus on homes again. And with bidding wars. So you have to be careful of what you're buying. I think a lot of people are going to be more cautious, but again, we have so much built up, pent up, and a lower interest rate creates a lower payment. Everybody's been waiting for that. The homes now that were $450 are now going to be $500, $550, but lower payments, everybody's excited, so it's almost like you're buying the same home, just more inventory to choose from, is what's going to happen because there's going to be more sellers, more buyers. So it's almost like a bait and switch, but it's not. It's just everybody's happier, I guess, with doing it because lower interest rates, getting a higher price. The seller's happy, that's for sure. But the buyer, you're going to be paying more. So that's why, again, I'm stressing if you can buy this winter and there's something on the inventory, then great. Because the baselines I've been seeing in different states, I'm seeing deals I haven't seen since pre-pandemic or 2020 beginning, where now I'm starting to see some stuff and you're like, wow. And you can even see it go on Zillow and go look at the numbers and take a look at 2019 to now and where the numbers are at. And it's getting close. Some won't be all the way down there, but some are down there. And so it's interesting because now you're starting to see it. So now will it spike back up? Because that's why the cash investors have all been buying, because they've seen the down part. They've seen the downturn. So, and especially when I start salivating and I see stuff, I'm like, that's a good buy. That's a good buy. I keep saying, I'm like, wow, wow, wow. Not to be animated, but that is. And so that's where you start seeing, okay, if this is the bottom market, interest rates come down, buyers come in, you need to be prepared and ready. So well-qualified buyer, pre-approval, get the 2-week, get the cash program if you can, awesome. If you're looking to sell and you can sell right now, there is buyers out there. Like, I mean, boots on the ground, I can feel it, I can see it. I've listed a home, 9-10 buyers within the first 4 or 5 days, 550, actually I listed at 575. Huge, boom, go. There's no inventory. So if you have a listing right now, you could almost play the bet in the hedge and list right now and get a small little bidding war just in case something goes haywire in the beginning of the year, and you'll have all these buyers that are looking right now. And you may not have to deal with trying to give them a deal. Some are still lowballing, thinking it's the old school way. And rightfully so, even myself. If the house has been on a while, then yeah, if the house is new and there's competition 2 or 3, you're at least going to get list price. And that's the catch, list price. Make sure you price it right. If you're trying to play the game, then you have to drop it in a week or 2 and then keep dropping it if it doesn't go pending. So you have to be careful with playing that game as well. But there are buyers right now as a seller. If you're getting ready for the next year, get everything set up. Remember, pictures are huge when it looks nice and bright. So if you find a sunny day, especially in Washington State, sunny day, call the agent and get the pictures ready and set up so you have those pictures on file. Because more than likely, you're going to want to list in March and it's raining every day. Or April, or whenever you list, or February, because the market takes off another month or 2 early. And now you can't get pictures. Photographers on vacation are gone, or it's just crappy looking weather every day. Never fails. So if you are ready to look and list, get everything painted, get everything set up, get everything ready. You need to start planning now for listing next year. And it's funny because you'll end up doing the floors or the paint or this or that you put off for 8 to 10 years. Yeah, I'm talking to myself as well. I mean, we put it all off and then we do it before we list one of our homes and we're like, we could have been living like that for 6-8 years that we put off, and then we do it at the end and sell it so someone else can enjoy it. Awesome. And it worked out. We got a better price, but it's just the reality of it. And you may not even sell then. You may say, you know what, I like this. Probably not going to happen. Most people still end up selling. They're ready. Once you've made that commitment to do those projects, get it done, get the pictures, you're ready to list. So get the pictures on a sunny day. There's sunny days coming up. This winter's been amazing, so maybe it won't, or maybe it's going to come and hit us like a hurricane last part in January, February, March, April, who knows. So that's why I'm saying prep now for the pictures next year. Other than that, that's a quick what's going on Monday update. Captain Ron out. If you have any questions real estate, you're ready to list or thinking of listing or want some prep work, or call me. We'll go through the whole list. We'll get ready. I have listings ready for next year already. And they're months out, 6 months out, 3 months out, depending. Some are on standby. Ron, call me. Ready. We've had pictures taken for other ones, so that's great news. So we're getting there. And I need to order some more pictures for people ready. Like, it's great. That's the good news. Buyers, if you can buy now, great. If you're ready, or if you're not, then let me know and let's hunt the areas. We can go and spot hunt too if you need it. I forgot to hit that up. Call the agents. If I don't have it, I'll call agents or other people and say, hey, let's do a one-time listing, one-time showing, keep everything legal, but at least get you maybe looking at a home that's not on the market. Maybe you don't pay bidding more, but you pay the fee the buyer wants, the listing fee, the agents, we help facilitate it. But you get the home you want without having 3, 4, 5 buyers that are competing with you. And the likelihood of that happening, they're pretty strong, because if you like it and if this is what you're hunting, everybody's hunting it. Let's be honest. And because you probably have great taste, great style, and that's what everybody wants. And so if you can get it off market or with agents doing a one-time show and whatnot, great. That's a huge win. So if you want to do that, call me and we'll call the agents. I'm west side of the mountains, east side of the mountains, wherever you're looking, let me know. It can't be wild where you're like, hey, I want 10 acres, 4,000 square foot home for 500,000. I'll say, well, forget about it. forget it. Like, it has to be reality based. But if you're looking and you've been looking and the comps are there, you're just not finding what you want because there's no inventory, then that's a reality. Then we can call, and we know people that are listing. If you're looking for horse property, call me in communities. I know a few listings that will be coming up, which is great. If you've made it through this far in the video, who knows? Let's see who's actually watched this video. With that being said, call me. We'll get you ready as a buyer. We'll get you ready as a seller. This new year is going to be, I think, pretty crazy. Unless they go the opposite way with interest rates, and then it's going to be even more of a crazy show. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, have a good day. Captain Ron, enjoy your Monday.